Hello again, everyone. Saki here, and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season, the 2019 mod with the 2021 car set, and we are here at the playoffs, ready for round one, race one. Brandon on the pole in that Mountain Dew Toyota. We are a few rows back on the outside in our Critical Role Camaro, and 37 laps around Darlington is quite the task and quite the ask of an opening round. Hopefully we can do okay. We're sitting pretty well in the point, so a win isn't necessary, but it would be nice. Waiting for that green flag to come out, and waiting, and there we go. Green flag in the air. Good jump on that outside. Aric Almirola looks to the inside, and we can carry the outside line pretty well, but we got a hole behind Almirola. We will drop in front of Ryan Preece and pick up speed full throttle through turn 1 and 2. Get ready for the narrow egg of turn 3. Very slippy on the bottom, and the yellow flag is already out. That is crazy. So didn't happen to us, but it may have playoff implications. We'll have to take a look-see, and we'll settle in behind Aric Almirola. Cole Custer looking to the inside of the 17 of Chris Buescher, spins him down the inside wall, and Custer doesn't blend well. Bubba Wallace gets into it. Truex involved, heavy damage. The 3 of Austin Dillon got a little bit of that Kyle Larson down to the bottom, but the big loser in that exchange is Martin Truex Jr. for sure. Truex running in 24th, had nowhere to go. There goes Custer into Wallace, squeezes the 19 goes around. Austin Dillon with a little bit of front end damage, but and there's that second hit from Truex. He might have got away with it, but heavy damage for the 19. That will hurt his chase chances for sure. So caution on lap 1. It is way too early to pit here. We want to go to about the halfway mark. And it looks like there may be some takers, or they could be just going around Brandon, either way. But we will re-rack the start and get ready for the restart. Coming to lap 5, pace car is getting ready to make that hard left turn down to pit road. The field is in the hands of Alex Bowman. And, single file, we can do some work now. We're not going to be trapped up top if we don't want to be. Waiting for that green flag to come out. Hopefully a little bit cleaner of a good getaway for us. Kind of stacked up. A little bit apprehensive on the throttle, but we are getting back up to speed. Should be able to hold full throttle, and Alex Bowman on the brake, just leaving everyone behind. Brandon to that top groove. Kyle Busch nearly scraping the wall up there. Everyone on the bottom taking advantage. Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott on the bottom. No pressure from behind, so we can get into turn 3 a little bit gingerly. We don't want to get that Darlington stripe going too early, but Alex Bowman with the car to beat, it seems, this evening. We'll see if we can reel back Aric Almirola side by side. Kyle Busch losing spots like a plate race. It's almost like we're back at Daytona again. We'll hook that bottom, touch the apron, have to slide out to catch the car, but turn 3 may be where we make our move. Rolling that bottom, getting that car planted before getting back on the throttle, and good launch off of turn 4. Do we go 3 wide? No, I think we're just going to help Aric Almirola here, just give him a little push, try to get him past that 18, and indeed he does. We'll follow through right on the bottom, touch that apron, and pick up the throttle and clear Kyle Busch off that corner. So one more spot forward for us. Making that engine sing down into turn 3, everyone single file. A little bit of a puff there. I don't know who was going through turn 3 a little bit sideways, but that seems to be the trouble corner this evening, as Darlington tends to do. Turn 3 is where most of the action happens. Brandon flirting with that wall, really up top, trying to carry that speed. Hamlin running in 3rd, and we're running in the top 10, pretty decent. Really making that engine work. Really loose on entry of turn 3, caught it before we got to the banking. Hamlin 3rd, Keselowski 4th. Keselowski needing a good run. He is in the championship, as well as Bowman, Almirola, myself and Brandon, of course, Chase Elliott, and even DiBenedetto. So the playoff drivers are showing up this evening, and we're starting to gap those cars behind, leaving Kyle Busch just a little bit, and these guys are flying. Not really able to make up any ground on Almirola on turn 2. Kyle Busch makes a move to the inside of 3, thinks better of it, gets back in line. We choke him up for the straightaway, just a touch. Now when we do come down to pit road, of course, 4 tires are going to be the name of the game, and we'll have to go a little bit long on the fuel. So, you know, it's going to be a complete pit stop. Getting down to pit road speed is going to be a little bit tricky. Maybe a yellow flag will help us out during the exchange, but you can see how hard that line just pivots off to the left on pit road entry. Good run down the straightaway, almost to the rear bumper of Almirola. Brandon catching up to Bowman, and it almost looks like the AI cars are starting to drop back just a little bit. Eric Almirola gives us a spot. We'll put the hand out of the window to say thank you, Eric, for rolling out and giving us the position. Still way too early to fight. 50 miles here at Darlington feels like forever. Much more than, say, Daytona or Talladega, that is for sure. Dive bomb under DiBenedetto, grab that spot, and march our way forward. Don't want to be slowed up too much by these cars behind, and that really choked him up down the straightaway, so it is a 6-car breakaway here. DiBenedetto dropping back into the claws of Kyle Busch. I imagine they'll start running side by side back there, and when you get side by side with Darlington, sparks can fly, that is for sure. We'll see if we can carry this speed. We're pretty fast through 1 and 2, and Brandon makes the move under Bowman for the lead. We had to choke up off the throttle just a little bit off of 2. Hurt our back straightaway speed a bit, but we'll roll that middle to upper groove, carry the speed down the front straightaway, and we'll start to catch Chase Elliott just a little bit. Down to the bottom, hook those tires just a skosh and get back on the throttle nice and early, and the tires are still good enough to basically plant the throttle around turn 1 and 2. Get the good pull off of Chase and just be Ginger going into turn 3 here. And as long as we can exit 4 cleanly, we'll be able to stay in line. No pressure from behind, that's what I like to see. So these 6 cars, myself and Brandon included, are hooked up and moving forward, leaving these guys behind. Of course, one yellow flag can negate all of this forward progress, so we'll try not to let that happen, or at least be the ones involved, that's for sure. Oh, a little bit wiggly. Getting into turn 3, had to save the car, drift up a bit. Didn't scrape the wall. So we'll put that in our Rolodex and try not to do that again. That was a little sketch, that's for sure. Good run into turn 1 and 2, right on the back bumper of Chase Elliott, looking to the inside. Will Chase roll out? No, we have to roll out. So Chase powers back on that outside. We're going to have to get that pass done earlier if we want to get by Chase, and there isn't a hole to move up in front of Elliott either with Keselowski right there, so we'll have to get this run down the straightaway, make the most of it, peek to the inside under Chase, let him know we're there, and now Chase Elliott rolls out, gives us the spot, and Brad making the move on Bowman, forcing him up to the wall. We should be able to take advantage of that speed. We'll give Keselowski a little push, help him get through turn 3 a little bit faster. Really upsets our car by doing that, but it's a lot safer than going 3 wide for sure. Down the front straightaway, come on, Brad, get going. I want you to complete this pass, if you please. There we go, Brad to the inside of the 48. We'll follow him on around. Jobs are good, and we're up to 4th. So we have Hamlin and Keselowski to catch. And it looks like lap cars are going to come into the picture. I believe that's the 77 Spire car. Good run off of 4. We should be able to get Brad on the entry of 1 here. A little bit close. Let's go for it. Oh, too much. Into the wall. Overdrove quite a bit and got into Brad. He's up into the wall. Maybe not losing a whole lot of spot. But we got that Darlington stripe. However, the Hendrick cars are coming, but it is pit stop time. coming for those 4 tires, and I don't know if we have damage. We catch up quite a bit to Brandon, get that gap lowered, and it looks like Keselowski is back up to speed next to Logano. I don't know if he is going to repair that damage when he comes to pit road, but of course we don't want a yellow to come out now as these guys cycle through. Looking to our pit box on the left, there's our blue sign. We'll be taking 4 tires into the box, and let's get them on, boys. Let's go. Right sides are on, left sides are on the wall. Car is up in the air. We are now 1 lap down. We need this thing to cycle through as best we can. Down and away. And Brandon down and away as well. So we managed to close up that gap just a little bit, 3,500 in second. Very slick apron, and it's easy to wash out. So we'll stick to the bottom as best we can, wait for that yellow line to disappear, and then merge up into the racing line, and no one is coming. So back up to speed, and we will be on the lookout for any cars coming to pit road, and it looks like cars in front of us are indeed coming down. So this is where we make the undercut, try to get as much speed as possible. Maybe we can leapfrog Hamlin in this exchange with clean air on these fresh tires. Trying to keep Brandon in our sights as best we can. This is where we need to run our fastest lap of the night in order to make the most of this pit exchange. Again, it all comes down to how fast Denny Hamlin gets on the pit road. We may have been a little bit conservative getting on and coming off, but looking to our left, we should cycle back around now, passing all of these cars for position. There's Kurt Busch to the inside. Looking to the left, there's Joey Logano. And keeping the throttle pinned, there's Denny Hamlin. Did we get the undercut? We did indeed. We will pass Hamlin for position and get out in front of him. So a good pit exchange puts us in second place behind Brandon. Third is Hamlin, because I don't believe anyone would be crazy enough to take just 2 tires. And a monster run out of 4. We're going to get right to the rear bumper of Brandon, put that pressure on, and all it takes is one little slip, and we can take advantage of it. We'll stay right in the mirror, and with lap cars coming into view, that's going to make things a little bit more difficult as well. Good 3-4 exchange. Brandon overshot just a little bit. We're going to take advantage, stay right in the tire tracks, and press that attack as best we can. Brandon with a good turn 1, able to roll that speed all the way through. Can we get off of turn 2? And there's Keselowski coming back onto the racetrack, so perhaps he got his damage fixed, and I can't imagine he's too happy with us. I think the real Brad would have made that a lot more difficult for us in the grand scheme of things, but we didn't lose that much time. But here's where a lot of time is going to be gained and lost, right here with these guys running side by side. Martin Truex Jr. with the damaged race car to the inside of the 14, and Truex gets back in line. We need these guys to stay single file for us. Although with Brandon out there, if they want to go side by side, that's fine. Brandon will put them side by side, and now we need to follow them through. Nope, Truex moves down under the 14. And we'll make that pass and see if we can get Truex down the back straightaway. Brandon under Jones. We'll make the pass on Truex nice and easy, and Brandon's got a little bit of breathing room in front of the 43 with that dinged up door. We'll get a good run. Could have been better, but could have been a whole lot worse as well. We got the 43 going into turn 1. Didn't compromise our line too awful much. No siree, we're gaining through 1 and 2 the entire way. Really glued to the racetrack down the back straightaway. And it looks like possibly McDowell and Newman, nope, that is Alfredo, battling side by side. We'll see if they stay single file by the time we come back around here. Good charge on the bottom. And not able to gain any ground that time around. Maybe off of 2, just maybe a 10th. Good braking into turn 3. Brandon was really conservative getting into turn 3. We washed out a little bit. He was able to get back to the throttle under Alfredo. Hopefully we can get to the bottom as well. Make that charge. That's what I was trying to do with Brad. Keep those left sides pinned down. We have a little bit better tires than we had. And it's still a game of inches. Making sure that we hit our marks. We're going to try to hook that bottom as best we can. That doesn't look like the way to go, though. Just trying to feel out another line, trying to make something happen here. Looking at McDowell. And really charging hard here. McDowell isn't, washed up. Nose push, had to get out of the gas just a little bit. That hurt our straightaway, but Brandon has to check up, be conservative around the 34. So in a lap that we had to choke up, that was the lap we needed Brandon to roll out just a little bit to stay within shouting distance. Brandon rolls out early again. That 34 is messing up his mojo really well. McDowell up top with the block. Nose push just a little bit, but able to keep it matted right on the rear bumper. Now we're going to have to be as conservative as Brandon here. Don't want to run him over. But the 34 is definitely playing hardball, even moving down a half a lane to block Brandon's entry to the inside. He's going to get fed up, put it in there. So a nose to the 34, we're able to take command, and somehow Brandon made that work even faster than we were able to. But the 77 is floating out there, so there still is a chance. Up half a lane, we need to get that drive off of 4, and we need to keep our nose planted off of 2. In an ideal world, we'll be able to arc it in and just keep it matted the whole way through, but tires are starting to give up at this point ever so slightly. The 77 gives him room. Oh, the 77 with the block. We couldn't get it turned down enough. That was our chance, I think, to really make a move on both of them. The 77 does roll out and give us the spot, but that was our opportunity gone. So we're going to have to gather it back up, and I don't know if we're going to be back on the rear bumper of lap traffic by the time. Oh, good run here. Keep it matted. Nose really washing out. Front tires very angry with me at this point, but this is for the win. We'll roll out and make sure we don't make any mistake in 3 and 4. Pick up the gas as early as possible. Not as close as I would like to be going into turn 1, but we catch him off of 2 really well. That's where we make our hay. Oh, nose starting to give up a bit. Our tires were really angry after that hard drive, trying to get the car turned under him. To no avail. We're going to have to back up our corners, get these temperatures back under us, and hope the 17 gives us a little bit of help. But yeah, we're really on the struggle bus in turn 3 and 4 now. I think that was our one shot, but with lap traffic, anything can happen. We are still within pouncing distance and no pressure from behind. Good arc in the middle of 1 and 2, but had to get out of it. The 17 with some deck lid damage. No worries, we'll be able to get under the 17 here. Oh, the 17 doesn't roll out. We get into him on the wall. Grab that Darlington stripe, and the white flag is out, and that is our race done. Something terrible would have to happen. And yeah, just trying to stuff it where it just didn't belong. That was me going for the win as hard as I could, and the lap traffic to no avail. Something big's going to have to come out of 3 and 4 if we are going to have any shot at this. Driving really hard. Car doesn't respond. We're going to lose it, but we should be okay. We'll stay out of the racing line, gather it back up. Come across the line in second. In third place, Denny Hamlin. Fourth place, Chase Elliott. Fifth place, Joey Logano across the line. in front of Alex Bowman, who will finish 6th. 7th, Matt DiBenedetto. 8th place, Kyle Busch. 9th place, Kevin Harvick. Rounding out your top 10 is Kurt Busch. Austin Dillon in 11th. 12th, William Byron. Poor Martin Truex Jr. 29th. 13th, Eric Almirola. 14th for Ryan Blaney. Kyle Larson in 24th place. So looking at your standings after one race, Brandon with the win. We are 74 points to the good. Your cutoff driver is Eric Almirola, tied with Austin Dillon. Austin finished up higher than Eric. That's why he gets the tiebreaker. 1 back to William Byron, but Larson, Keselowski, and Truex 13, 15, and 18 points behind with 2 races to go this round. And we head to the short track at Richmond next week. I hope you'll tune in then. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe. If you are so bold, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for Richmond. Take care.